Check this out. We got the world's most powerful drum thumper. What? Doesn't work.
This week, we're back at the 2019 NAMM show, visiting the crew from SoundTools. They got us in before the show opens this morning for a special look at what they're up to this year. Let's have some fun.
All right, check it out. I made a really powerful drum thumper. I took the motor from one of these, an M-Force motor, big 50-pound moving magnet linear drive motor, and I attached it to a seat. Now check this out. Hold on, I'm gonna go over here. All right, so that's got some juice. Give it a shot. It kind of blurs your vision when you hit it. I'm not supposed to do this.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting kicked out now.
Did you hear it?
I think so.
Yeah,
They heard that over the
10,000 watt 30-inch subs behind it. It makes for a real heart mover. It's kind of like riding a roller coaster. It's exciting. All right, so we made this little toy just to keep things interesting at the booth. Not actually SoundTools stuff, but why would we not want to have loud and fun toys with us at all times? This has done some stuff. I've set it out before. That thing's too heavy to move. This one here is a more reasonable one made with the prototype of a new device PowerSoft is making. And I may make that into something marketable-ish, but I haven't decided yet. Right now I'm just making fun toys. Oh, new SoundTools products.
Yeah. What do you got going on?
We've done a couple of things. The least exciting, we rebuilt the NL4, so it's now disassemblable, repairable. Before we used adhesive, so if they broke, there's an issue, which was rare, but it wasn't fixable. We're really into not wasting. Yeah, the packaging as well. We made the packaging more beautiful, and then again, to reduce waste, before we had cardboard boxes, they were just utilitarian, but now we build everything so that this can be used as a separate, something you want to keep. Yeah, just something to keep. So we've really kind of pushed more into reducing waste, or at least making things have longer longevity and useful lives. And then what else? So these are new, because the other one's got a housing to get to the NL with a female. We put a male on there, and the big problem is terminating Cat series cable into separate tails is there's not a separate ground wire for each pair. But this cable we actually manufacture with a separate ground wire for each pair so that it can be terminated like a standard audio snake. And nobody's doing that because nobody has the cable that does that. This will be less expensive than the other one because not the machined housing, and there's a fairly inexpensive Neutrik barrel which will turn this into a female. So that's kind of neat and fun.
Now, are you guys doing the manufacturing of all that in-house, like the housings? Is that all? Are you tooling that?
We do a variety of stuff. It used to be almost all in-house, and as we've gotten bigger, we started to use contract manufacturers, and we do some assembly, custom assembly. We do the early stuff, the short runs, and then as it gets bigger, we use contract manufacturers. Everything we do is made in North America. We're kind of into this close by camaraderie thing. We like made in the US, but we also like made in Mexico, we like made in Canada. We like made with our friends and not wasting a lot of transport time to other faraway places. What else? Wallcat. This one's another one. We took our 4-channel one and this is still 4 channels. We put a male and a female on there so it could in or out. This is still a prototype. We'll make some changes to it. We'll do it with a cat box as well. And yeah, this way you just use a bunch of inexpensive shielded Cat 5e cable and strip it all around a studio or a building, and you just plug these in and get analog audio everywhere, or comm lines or DMX. What else have we got? Oh, we got new boxes. Ooh, we got 2 more of these. Check this out. 2 more little red boxes. So when we're making the packaging, I make the packaging so that 3 of these is the width of one of those, and then truck back, and then look, these will even open with this while it's up against it, and these just happen to be exactly the size. So just making everything, looking at all these little details, making it fun. But we were looking more at people are hopefully going to save these boxes, and if they're going to save them, it would suck to have them all various sizes, but if you could fit them all nicely into rows and use them as organizational tools rather than going to the container store.
This video is made possible in part by our good friends at Electro Sound Systems. Bringing world-class attention to detail to events every day, you can go along with them on the road, behind the scenes, and in the shop in their new live sound video series on YouTube. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at electrosoundsystems.com. Be sure to tell them we sent you.
So we now have an Ethicon sniffer sender. They're building a prototype now that'll be out soon that checks. There's other companies that make RJ45 sniffer senders where you have remote ends, but nobody that I know of is making one with Ethicon barrels. You have to unassemble in order to test. So we're using the same concept of all our other testers and making a Cat 5, checks the ground as well. For a standard Cat 5e cable where it has all the twisted pairs and a single shield over it, shielded Cat 5e, the concern would be crosstalk because the pairs are not shielded from each other. With a balanced line, those twists are so good in the Cat 5e and above cables that the rejection is quite good. Crosstalk can be an issue with unterminated lines. So if you have you're using 3 of the lines and the 4th one's plugged in and there's nothing on the other end of it, it can act like an antenna and you'll start to hear crosstalk from the other lines bleeding into this antenna, but as soon as you terminate it, it'll go away. If you're in situations that are truly a concern, Cat 6 and above has individually shielded pairs, even though they have a common ground. And this SuperCat cable with the individual shields and drain wires, it's just like an audio snake. So this is the internals of the SuperCat. And you can see they're individual. It looks just like a standard audio snake.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then each one is stripped with a wire. And in fact, this can be used as standard 4-channel audio snake, even though it's got better than Cat 5e specs. And you wire it up and use it as audio cable, but it's just got a much higher frequency response. So then it becomes a non-issue. Now, the common ground, the challenge with common ground is if you have disparate audio sources, like a ClearCom plugged in over here and a lighting DMX line plugged into somewhere else and an audio line plugged into somewhere else, you're running them all down the same common shield, you can get ground loops, but you can get ground loops anyways. For audio lines, the mixing board shorts all the grounds together anyway, so it doesn't matter if you're going into the same. So with disparate sources, using 2 different Cat lines rather than 1 for highly disparate ground sources is wise. It's hard to do though because you don't know these long lines in the field and disparate power. But I mean, just carry an extra Cat 5e shielded cable. If you have to break up those ground things, it's super easy. The NL8 sniffer sender, which didn't get finished for this, the circuitry's done, but it'll be based on 2 NL4 sniffers in a single package with some extra circuitry to make sure that crossover between the first and second circuit aren't interacting. It'll check every possible fault in the NL8 instantly, and it'll also check NL8 to dual NL4 breakout. So you can take 2 NL4 sniffers and put them on an NL8 sender and check your NL8 to NL4s.
Thanks so much to Dave and the whole team at SoundTools for showing us around the booth. It was an absolute ton of fun to spend time with everyone and to learn all about all the great new ideas you're working on. It's really impressive to see the consistent improvement, development, and the execution coming out of the SoundTools shop right now. I know I'm always looking forward to seeing what they're working on next. Thanks to everyone who supports the channel directly with one-time contributions through PayPal or with ongoing support through Patreon. You can find links to both of those down below, along with affiliate links to all the gear we looked at here. Using those as bookmarks to your favorite shopping sites helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications to stay up to date with our latest videos. We'll see you next time.